You know what I think? How can they live with themselves? Because all they ever do is fight about who's in leadership, make up lies, false allegations, rape, corruption. It goes on and on and on. How do they even have time to even discuss like the real life issues? Cost of living. I mean, Pauline Hanson, yeah, she's going out to the rural towns and doing her research and talking to the people, but as for our leader, I've not seen him once address or go out and see the real homeless issue out there. Get in touch with reality instead of saying that, he's doing well and how many dinners he goes to a night and gets invited to $10,000 dinners and possibly given $1 million, but yet spends all his time trying to like bring down Pauline Hanson being given a plane and hanging out with Gina Reinhardt like she's not allowed to have a life, but yet he won't attend events because that he promised because he hasn't had a day off, but yet not one farmer in the Paul Murray show that he did the other night, he asked them to put up their hands if they've had a day off in even 2 years. None of them have. That's the life of being a business owner, and I know what that's like. I miss being a business owner, but thanks to COVID, who's going to buy fancy dresses? It was truly the end of it. A manufactured cold, flu, apparently the most deadliest thing. No, the vaccination actually is and has been and will continue to be, sadly. But over that, they did this to our lives. Absolutely took everything. I was outcast from family and uninvited to Christmas because I didn't get vaccinated. I had police coming in because I would open the doors to my business that I was paying rent for. And they would say, oh, but we gave you, Albanese still goes, oh, we gave you $750 a week. What do you mean? That didn't even cover any of not even one shop rent, let alone my home rent. Those days were horrific. Like going from making 10 grand a week to basically nothing in a blink of an eye. And then being told you're not even allowed to open your shop, it's illegal. Like how? You know what I mean? And looking back then, like when I started the freedom movement and we were selling the freedom shirts, I was so scared of like looking to activism or being too political, and I was so still kind of conforming and worried, and now I just don't, I'm like, I don't care, like nothing's gotten better. If anything, it's getting worse. And it's like, whenever we have a supply issue such as toilet paper or fuel, jerry cans, it's all our fault, isn't it? They're the ones that are warned, they're told to have the backup fuel supply by whatever that thing is that they're in, but still didn't have it. No, it should be right, mate. Enough of this should be right. Nothing will be right. It's not right. It's not right. Nothing is under Labor. All they care about is literally, it's so disgusting. Like now, like finding Telegram or something, 56 million, which is probably just a scare tactic to pull the other, like, can't do anything about bringing in all these ISIS people that will probably kill us. But, can't do anything about that. But they can about freedom of speech laws. Rush that in overnight. They can do that. Shut shops down in COVID. They can do that. Enforce us to be vaccinated. Not. I remember going down with a mate to Father's Day on the border. How sad was that? He had to give his son a cuddle over the orange fence thing with all the police there. I had the police show up at my sister's house down in Victoria because my mum had passed away and I had her car, and her car was still registered at my sister's house down in Victoria in COVID because they thought that, well, I don't know. That's right, because I have mum's car up here. Yeah. So they thought one of us had jumped the border. My sister who's never dealt with the cops before turning up at her house. I'm over it. I've had enough. I've had enough of seeing them when people are homeless, and Pauline's so wrong, people are so wrong. 150,000 homeless was in the last census. That's the only statistics they've got, and that was 6 years ago. 6 years ago. Just open your eyes. Homeless everywhere is getting hectic. And just 2 nights ago, people lining up out the door. Food running out, and kids there now. Kids at Rosie's. Homeless dinner. Yep. Talking like one in a pram and one like 5. Broke my heart. Running out of food. Not enough food for people. Biggest op shop, like I've seen the other day, like people, so many homeless people. Yet all they all care about, other than Pauline, I respect, just bringing each other down. The only thing I can say is that Pauline, I was like annoyed about like the, when he's like asked his members to fund him, he's got so much money to pay to bring her down, and then she raises money, a lot of money, to bring him down, and then now he's putting a budget on the campaign spends, which is because probably she spent a lot on the State of Origin campaign. It's like, can you actually just do some work and like actually care about the people instead of doing like TikToks, going on to like shows talking about like you got given melons from the Japanese like lady, like all sexual innuendo, playing like he's actually more real in those like that. Literally, he's more real doing like a sexual podcast than being interviewed. He won't be honest at all. You see, that's the thing. He'll be more honest about his sex life than he will having dinner with people. He's hiding stuff. There's corruption going on. They're paying themselves more money, but then they're taking it off the DV. Look at how bad the DV is. Look at that poor woman this week who took her life and her babies with her. It's horrific. It's horrific. Enough's enough. I'm so sick of him and them just, it's like a petty fight. It's like watching kids fight. How about you actually care about something? Care about what's going on. Care about the homeless. Care about something, please. Care about building houses. Care about stopping the planes. How come with everything that we've all been saying, he still hasn't stopped the planes? And they all get houses as soon as they get here. Yep. I know heaps of people, nobody wants government handouts. I don't want government handouts, and even I don't have a house yet. But how do you save them for them? And I've even met some of them. I've met one that even got one 27 years ago as soon as she came here. I mean, she even said this isn't the place she wants to live anymore. And that's coming from an immigrant that came here 27 years ago. That's crazy. Anyways, I just had to get that out because every week it's like, look over here, this is going on, that's going on, but it's like, there's so much corruption and stuff going on, it's wild. Like, no disclosure, no transparency, like telling Pauline off for like hanging out with Gina Reinhardt when you're like meeting with like some dude that's like owes so much money to our tax department, I believe. So what, like, did he just pay you out to like make the tax debt go missing? Like, what are we doing here? What's even going on? You know what I mean? Apparently that Adelaide meeting that they just had, like, people weren't even able to debate. They said it was like the most, he had it under control. Well, yeah, because that's dictatorship. Come on, guys. We're not allowed to say anything about him online, yet ABC, who is funded by the taxpayer, who Albanese can definitely say something about, they've got like, they're saying that talking about Gina Reinhardt getting a stick. The horrific stuff, like when the revolution comes, are you ready to stick sticks up Gina Reinhardt's? I mean, he had a hissy fit when everyone was talking about him in bikinis. And I'm telling you now, with the stuff that's happened today with that Telegram thing, just wait, that's leading into like us not being able to speak on these profiles for sure. See, this is how it works. This is career politicians, textbook 101. They go to a university over this. I swear to God, they have a Bible that they read. A couple of weeks ago, he was like, they would come out in the news and go, oh, they're having this big meeting. Comes out of nowhere for apparently our rights as AI and content creators, and going to protect artists and content creators, and maybe it won't get protected, and maybe because tomorrow they may not know if they get copyrighted. Oh, it might be risky. And then they go, oh, Albanese today, he actually passed through that everyone's going to be protected with copyright. Isn't that good for the artists and content creators? Yeah. But then It's all the game. It's the game. You know what I mean? And then, you know, past in a couple of weeks, then he'll give a big fine to someone, and then all of the others will pull out like they did, like Pornhub. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, so he doesn't look like the bad person. That's what they do. I mean, $500 million. Like, where's the evidence of this thing on Telegram? And I don't really know. To be honest with you, I'm so done with it all. But it's like, once you see the pattern, can't unsee it. There's so many. I could go on and on and on and on. Don't even get me started on using men and women to accuse each other of each party of he sexually assaulted me, rape sort of stuff. And then, there's all that kind of go on. And then the corruption and the money, and which I do believe does happen. But then they all just start snitching on each other, and it just like they send people in and they pay people out, and you know, pay Brittany Higgins $2 million. She goes and buys a castle for saying that 2 years later that he did rape me, so you know, goes against her own party. That kind of stuff. Meanwhile, we're out here like literally struggling. Like, how do you even get back to there? Why would you even want to go and get a job now and work 4 days? 4 days. If you work full time to pay your taxes. 4 days. Then, not to mention you can't get a rental. There's nothing. And then I had a meeting with the Department of Housing, and they're like, "Oh, we insensitize if you leave the Gold Coast." I'm like, "Well, it's no different anywhere else. Like, I know the housing statistics." And then now they used to give like this it's called Rent Connect. They used to give Rent Connect. Well, they don't do that anymore. They don't, only if you leave. But I was like, so what do you mean? And then, like, you meant to get, I'm confused. So she's like, if you get a job and you leave, then we can help you, but only them. But that doesn't make sense. Like, that person's not guaranteed. And, like, how do you move there and start working if you don't have the support? And, like, they don't even care that your family and your life's here. Like, it's not our fault that the cost of living has happened. And so many people write that in my comments. They're like, well, just leave. How about you just leave your whole life? What do you mean? Like, only a few years ago, my rent was still like $450 a week, and now it's up to like $1,000 a week. What do you mean? A single mother doesn't get a look in. Like, what are you talking about? Why should we have to leave because of the cost of living? That's not fair. And what, because the immigration, like, because 3,000 people coming in a day, we have to change our life for that, do we? Okay. Yeah, sure. And meanwhile, like, you know, the budget comes in, and then can't do anything about the ISIS people coming in, can't change any laws, can't do anything, but can change freedom of speech overnight. And then when the budget passed through, because nobody liked the budget, instead like giving up some of the budget, going, yeah, we stuffed up or something, by the guy that's not even like a financial accountant, nothing, Chambers, like, what are we doing with the treasurer that's like, what do you mean? Like, he's not even qualified for the role. And he's like financing the whole country, seriously? Google at the moment, the biggest search is going on is how to get out of Australia. That's legit. I think there's 200,000 people that have left. So I personally know people that have left. And the Google bits, it's commonly being spoken about on Google about how many people are researching how to get out of Australia. So why go get a job? Like, why would you go and work in the system for 4 days and then what? So then what? If you're working 5 days in the week, you've only got 1 day to pay for the rest of it? How do you even get ahead? Like, you need, like, it's not even like a stepping stone anymore. It's like just got to do like the biggest leap, like the Olympic leap over the bloody, like, whatever that thing is. High jump. As if. Not going to happen. Not in this world, no. So it's outside of the box. It's guerrilla marketing. It's something else got to happen, because I'm telling you, I'm over it. I'm over the small petty shit. I'm overhearing him like, me, Pauline Hanson, da-da-da-da-da, and, Angus Taylor, da-da-da-da-da. It's like, there's real life going on. You know what I mean? Like, you promised to go to an event. I can't go. I haven't had a day off. I go to many dinners. At 10,000. That's nothing. I go to many dinners. Know that you're going to put a couple of gains on, sell your house, kick your mate out of your house that he was renting, that's been there for years. Didn't even go see him personally, just send him a letter and then go and buy a mansion, then say you didn't know about what you were going to do in the budget. Sure, man. Sure. Never once have I ever seen him out doing any outreach work, like down at the homeless or farming. No. Aboriginal. No. None of it. Because he's at dinner every night, don't you know? Anyways, that's enough for me for today, because I am raging. I am over it. And I wish to God that I was one of those people too, getting out of here. But I'm not going to leave my babies, and I'm going to keep fighting